Kimberly Williams-Paisley is with us. Are you ready for Sunday?
Am I? I am. Yes, I'm so ready. I have my outfits. Outfits plural. I am. We're going. I don't want to give too much away, but there's so much that you can do for 90s. Our theme is 90s this year. We did 70s the first year, and then 80s for a few years, and now this is our 5th annual, and it's our first time doing the 90s. So we could do 90s grunge, you could do 90s pop, you could do 90s country. So I'm trying to. It was really hard to pick one. So I'm trying to span the gamut.
Right on. And I love the promo videos you and your siblings with. And who was that asking the questions about Celine Dion and 9210 or
90-21-0. Yeah, that was my son Huck. Clearly I have failed as a parent because I have not educated him at all about the 90s. So we're trying to make up for that now.
I mean, well, tell me about your siblings. They live in Nashville as well?
My brother Jay lives in Nashville. My sister Ashley lives out in LA, but she's going to fly in. And I love doing this show with my siblings just because we have so much fun together and doing all the promos. It's just been hilarious. We just knock them out really fast and crack up. And actually, the last one I posted, I think it was the dancing one. We weren't actually all together at the same time. So I just edited it together afterwards. But I love putting together videos, and we're just having a really good time doing it and reliving the 90s and dipping back into that decade.
And it's All Benefits Alzheimer's Association. Over 1.3 million has been donated from this event the past several years. Where's the money going to? I know research and
yeah, our primary focus is research now. So the last few years, it's been really awesome. The Alzheimer's Association will vet the projects that have applied for grants, and then we'll get to read over it all and see what needs funding and what we're interested in as far as research goes, because there's so much that needs to be done in the field of research, and it's really hard to find funding. So it's very exciting to be in at the ground level and funding these great projects. That spans the gamut. We have one that's looking at fruit flies and toxicity levels, and we have research in exercise and how exercising your heart exercises your brain, and then we have a study in an African American neighborhood and looking at the effect of community and walking together as a community and how that affects cognitive health. So there's just so many different projects going on and really exciting research. And, I'm just hopeful that one of these days we'll have some answers.
Absolutely. So tickets available at wildhorsesaloon.com, and it links in your bio and your social as well. So please name who else is going to be performing. Your husband, Brad Paisley, Dirk Bentley with my favorite band, Hot Country Nights. It's nice.
Hot Country Nights. I got to see them perform recently at Bridgestone, and it was hilarious.
The jeans are so tight. How do they get them on?
Oh my gosh. And they were doing bits. They were falling, and one of them got stuck in a case, I'm not even sure what it was, but it was just pratfalls and running around, and it was just hilarious. And what I love about our dance party is the music is always fantastic. We've had so many great performers over the years, but we've got Dirk Bentley, we've got Hot Country Nights, we've got Brad Paisley, we've got Chrissy Metz from This Is Us. Have you heard her sing? She's got an incredible voice.
I mean, she's on Universal Music Group, same as Chris Rucker, Little Big Town.
Yes, voice. Yes, amazing. Darius Rucker's been with us twice. He's not coming this year, but he's incredible too. We've got Chip Eston, Melinda Doolittle. Do you know Melinda Doolittle?
I do, yeah, for American Idol. She's usually next to me on the red carpet, talking to stars like you. It's so good.
Oh, okay, all right, cool. Yeah, so she's performing. Lindsay L. It's really fun, and it's different every year. Kelly Bannon is emceeing for us. She's got the Apple Podcast, and she's performing. She's got a great performance coming as well. So it's just going to be great. I'm so excited. Oh, and Tracy Lawrence. Do you know Tracy Lawrence? He actually was a country star in the 90s. So yeah.
So very legit.
Yes.
When is your next book coming out? Because I was at the National Public Library for your book talk. So you're such a good speaker with the Q&A.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for being there. That was a while back now. That was 2016. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That was such a personal book, and I would love to follow it up with something. But I've been writing screenplays, which has been really fun. I say plural, but it's really one, and dabbling in others. So I mean, I'll always keep writing. It's just what I like to write kind of changes. But yeah, if you have an idea for a sequel, let me know.
And I'm sure you're being pitched like children's books or books about bees, maybe with your brother. I don't know. I'm sure there's so many ideas people throwing at you.
Yeah, well, no, they're not. No one's throwing ideas at me. I have to come up with them. But
Oh,
that's Jay and I have actually talked a lot about bees. My brother is a full-time beekeeper, and I think bees are so fascinating. There have been books about bees, but yeah, I think there could always be more.
what's that on the fireplace behind you? Is that a bear?
Oh, that's a chick.
Oh,
This is my my chick office, my she shack I call it, and so I got like a theme, and I have a little rooster down there on the floor, a little chicken that's pecking at a corn on the cob
love it.
table that Brad got me. So yeah, it goes with
Amazing.
the theme. Yeah,
So Brad has his bar and you have the she shack.
I do. That's what I need. I need like some feminine energy, feminine space here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, now, lastly, I saw you post about the trailer for Jesus Revolution with Kelsey Grammer. It's coming out in February. Well,
Yeah.
when did you film that? Tell me about it.
We filmed that last year. It's with Lionsgate. It's going to come out in theaters, lots of theaters across the country. February 24th, I believe, is the release date. I loved being a part of this project. I love this character. It's basically the story of like 1969, 1970s. There was a Time magazine cover, I think in 71, called Jesus Revolution. And it was about all the hippies, and like a lot of them were drug addicts, just like the hippie movement turned Jesus movement, like all the Jesus freaks. And, it was a really interesting time, really positive and hopeful time. And it's about primarily Greg Laurie, who was a teenager during that time and became a pastor, who's still a very successful pastor now out in California. So I got to play his mom, who had a really troubled life. So it was a real transformation for me. She was gorgeous, looked like Marilyn Monroe, And so I had this blonde, like 60s, 70s wig and clothes and whole vibe. She was like a smoker and married 7 times. And so this was like a really different departure for me to play this character. And ultimately, I think it's a beautiful film. It's really hopeful. And everyone does a really fantastic job.
Excited for this Sunday night, the dance party to end ALZ, all benefiting the Alzheimer's Association with Dirks and Hot Country Nights and Tracy Lawrence, Chip Eston, so many more. Of course, Brad Paisley, your siblings are going to be there. Maybe Hanson, maybe we'll call it Chris Daltrey.
You never know who's going to show up.
Exactly. Tickets at wildhorsesaloon.com this Sunday night. It's just a fun venue. I feel like even if you weren't a fan of music from the 90s, it doesn't matter. It's just a great positive energy. There's so much.
It's a great party. We're going to have line dancing. We're going to have food. We're going to have fun beverages, and we're just going to dance and party, and it's a celebratory night, even though it's for a serious cause. And we're going to raise great funds for Alzheimer's research.